Dr. Sharon Melnick here. This video will explain to you why you put out a lot of effort in your life but may not be getting the results that you seek. It will point the way forward for you to get out of your own way. We all want to feel confident and secure and at peace in ourselves. That's represented on this diagram over here. How you feel about yourself now is right here. Now, to the extent that you have a doubt or an insecurity in yourself, you can be here. So a lot of people try to find a solution to that, and here's what you might do, is that you'll put your time and your energy and attention into acting towards other people in order to get other people to act towards you so that you can finally feel that sense of security and confidence in your own self. There's two common spectrums of behavior that people do. Listen up and see if you can identify yourself in what I said. In the first spectrum of behavior, when you have a doubt about yourself, what you'll do is you'll put your time and energy and attention into acting towards other people in order to get them to think well of you. Because if they think well of you, then they'll act towards you in a way that's validating or reassuring. And you might think to yourself, well, if they gave me a compliment and they think I'm smart enough, well then maybe I'm worthy and valuable. So common examples might be the way that you work tons of hours, or maybe the way that you tell other people about your successes, all in the hopes that they'll give you a pat on the back. Or maybe it's the way that you spend so much time being busy helping other people with their stuff, and then you have to stay late at the office, or maybe you don't get to the gym. Maybe it's the way that you put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect because you're so worried about how people are going to judge the results that you produce. Or maybe it's the way that you ask everybody else for their opinion when really you're equipped to make the decision. The idea here is that you get other people to think well of you so that you can see yourself through their eyes, so that you can borrow your confidence from the way you got them to think about you. Now, I'm not saying don't put a lot of effort into your work, or don't produce high quality work, or don't be helpful to people. But what I am saying is notice if you might be doing it in order to get other people to give you that validation so that you can feel confident inside, because there are more efficient ways of feeling confident. Here's the second spectrum of behaviors. Again, when you have a doubt about yourself, then you need to make sure that you don't expose that doubt to anyone else. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to act in the world, and you're going to act towards other people in order to prevent other people from acting towards you in a way that would be critical or rejecting, because that for sure would keep you from being confident. It's a little bit of a double negative here. Let me give you some examples. So let's say you go to a meeting and you have something really valuable to chime in with, but you don't speak up. And why? That's in an effort to prevent other people from shooting you down or rejecting your comments, because that would make you feel unconfident. Here's why you do all of your procrastination behaviors. It's in an effort to not put yourself out there because that prevents other people from rejecting or criticizing you. Now, if you work in an organization, what you might find yourself doing is staying really busy and mired in the details and not putting yourself out there as a leader or to think strategically. Or maybe you don't volunteer for stretch assignments. If you're an entrepreneur, maybe what you'll do is you'll sell yourself short because you're worried about raising your prices that other people might think, oh, they're not worthy of that. Or maybe as an entrepreneur, you won't follow up with good leads because maybe you've had a good relationship with the prospect up until now, but you for sure don't want to have another meeting if you think, well, what I don't know might get exposed. So the idea here is that you act towards other people in a way that prevents them from criticizing you, because that would keep you from being here. The idea is to hold on to the confidence that you do have and to not do anything that could possibly erode that shaky confidence. What I want you to appreciate is all these kinds of behaviors that we've been talking about, they are indirect ways of getting where you really want to go to. What's problematic about these indirect ways is, first of all, you can't really rely on other people to treat you how you want to be treated. Second of all, even if other people do compliment you, don't you go on a real high from that? But how long does it last? It starts to fade, and then you have to re-earn their approval. Or if you go to a meeting and you get through it like, phew, nobody knew that maybe I don't think I know what I'm talking about, but then you have to keep going to meetings and doing the same thing all over again. The idea is to go direct. When you go direct, you put your time and energy and attention into the things that engage you and energize you. You put your time and energy and attention to the things that are going to build your core competence. Now, before you do one of the behaviors that we've just been talking about, think about what kind of response you want to get from the other person. And then figure out a way that you can make yourself feel that way, rather than trying to get someone else to make you feel that way. Another thing you might want to do is write out what will allow you to feel quote-unquote enough once and for all, and really start making game plans to become that person. The solution for you to get out of your own way is to go direct.